Do you have any idea who I am? Some rich guy calls you on the phone. I wanted to talk to you about what you hope to achieve, Mark. What do you hope to achieve? We're going to break an unbreakable Nazi code and win the war. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. It's not my tempo. Hey, welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. How's everyone doing this week? Everyone's snowed in. Everyone's
Edward Snowden. I literally just thought of that.
There you go.
Oh, man. Fresh off the dome.
There's another...
Fresh off the dome. I'll just keep them coming. No, that's all I got.
That's another Cumberbatch reference. Hey,
I didn't know what you were going with there. I didn't, and I haven't seen the movie, so I wasn't sure what you were going with.
There you go. So
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Those who like it.
I think Matt should have known the second one at least.
I did. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He might have known the whole thing. I'm just saying I didn't. I don't speak for him.
I think I understood all of what you were trying to do. I think.
Okay, let's analyze it more. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, Will, you're fine in Vancouver, right? There's nothing going on and interesting. There's no snow. No threats.
No, it's actually like as I gaze upon out mine, looking out my back window. It's sunny and clear.
Looking out my back window.
Yeah, it's sunny and clear, but I seen the photos, and it's the opposite. It is a snowpocalypse. It's not a no-pocalypse. It's a snowpocalypse, man. You guys looks nutty, but you guys are safe. You're inside.
I'll post a picture on Twitter later of the view from my window.
Okay,
the crazy
cool.
thing now is the flooding. Like the flooding is crazy all over the city. Like my park. Like I went to get the snow off my car,
or was.
Yeah. Or what? Yeah.
In the moment when we're recording this now, let's act in the moment. Let's not pretend.
It's true.
Yeah. This is the year 2017, folks, and you don't have any idea what the storm's going to be like when it comes. We sent this back to the past.
You have no idea what's coming.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not. It's crazy because you get all the snow come down and it changes to rain, and then there's nowhere for the rain to go, so it just just pours out, and the drains are all clogged, so it's bad, and people can't get out. Like the plows weren't even getting out, and things like that. So
buses weren't running,
and then it's gonna freeze. Yeah. So that's nice. That's
hey guys,
really
but
nice.
we're close to spring, six weeks away, something like that, 5 weeks away.
Yeah, after Puxatawny Phil, I think saw his what. Punxsutawney?
Is that a theme song?
I got you, babe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's doing it.
I was like, is that the theme song to Groundhog Day, or did I? Yeah, I don't know what it.
In a way,
it is. Yeah, it's
yes.
true. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's ugly. It is ugly.
Well, we're inside, and
it is Nagood.
It's hashtag Nagood. It's Roostoof. It's Sooks.
It's Zooks.
Really Zooks. But if you're snowed inside your home, then you can listen to this podcast, and maybe we can melt the snow and the ground and melt the ice around your heart.
Because
it was Valentine's Day, guys, and it was.
It's true.
Heck of a day. Matt, you're the only one with wife. How did you celebrate?
Well, we've been pretty good about not taking Valentine's Day too seriously, which is to say we avoid rushes and we don't try to go out necessarily.
Yeah, don't go out.
Thanks. The old Valentine's Day rush.
Yeah. No, it's true though. So like
No,
we went out
true.
for dinner. We went out for dinner on Friday night, and it was awesome, and it was great. And then yesterday you know what? We stayed in. We made cookies. That's what we
There's
did.
nothing wrong with
gross.
Like,
That's
plans
the
of
code for something.
any kind, really. I mean, staying in or going out, it's still,
As long as you're not like
you're with the one you kind of
exactly.
like.
I never want to I never want to feel like I'm like, I have to wait an hour for a table and that sort of thing. So we avoid the unpleasant stuff about it.
You just make reservations, Matt.
Yes. Well, yeah.
And don't
used
do
to
it at the
be
last minute.
That Emily, my wife, used to we used to plan Valentine's Day for me. Like I used to plan all our dates. So Valentine's Day was weirdly for me. So one year we just went for barbecue and watched the Mission Impossible 4 when it came out.
Ghost Protes.
Ghost
Yeah,
Protes.
it was
Protes.
pretty great.
Ribs and Ghost
pretty-
Protes.
It's It's a freaking brisket and some ghost pros.
Right? What else could you ask?
Tom Cruise starts running, you feel bad about yourself.
It's like, wow.
Climbing a friggin' building, and I'm sick from brisket.
He's out running a sandstorm, man.
I'm literally
like
sweating
50.
from the amount of meat I've consumed in the last few hours. These are my life choices, and I'm fine with all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Hands folded on belly, smile on face.
This is why he's
Smile
him.
on face. The
is
smile
why-
is upon my face.
That's why he's him and I'm me.
Sorry, I'm on like my third coffee, so I apologize if I'm over energetic.
That's okay. I'm just working you apologize for your over energetic. Calm down.
Yes.
The show isn't
That's what
about
I do.
excitement.
I do that often.
Don't stop being so interesting. and
So we're
exciting.
talking about film very briefly there with Ghost Protes. Will, did you want to fill us in a little bit of your Oscar travels? You were trying to kind of get to all the movies.
Oh man, holy crap! I've been. This is the first year I've been determined to watch at least all the Best Picture nominees. Watch as many movies as I can, and I'm kind of proud to say, guys, this year I watched all 8 of the Best Picture nominees, and I have I have seen all the films, and I'm not a fan. But
oh my God! Are you talking about Jebediah Atkinson? He's my favorite thing.
It's too bad they just use him for the Grammys. They won't be able to bust
Hey,
him out
by
for
the
Oscars.
way, was that that 40th anniversary special last night was insane.
Oh, of course.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
All the things that
loved
happened.
it. I loved
And
it.
the stuff too. Not only the things, but also the stuff.
I think I like the stuff more than the things, but that's just like kind of a personal opinion. You know what I mean? So
And Matt, do you have an opinion on the stuff versus the things of the SNL 40th anniversary last night?
I mean, awe-inspiring and breathtaking are the two words that are most apt, in my opinion.
My gasts were flabbered.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Totally fine.
Sorry, we'll go back on the movies. I apologize.
like you're flabbered like the Jay Leno impersonator from Big Bang Beetleborgs. Remember that guy? Flabber.
Oh my gosh.
Beetleborgs. That kid could run so fast.
I remember Beetleborgs.
So good.
They had to switch the little girl actor on the show. So one episode she just turned invisible, and when she came back, they're like, "Hey, good, we brought you back. You look kind of different though." She's
Oh
like,
my God! Awesome.
They pointed out. That's
she's
amazing.
like, "Yeah, I guess it's just side effect of turning invisible or something." Anyway, I'm here.
Anyway.
Oh man, that was a great show. Never nominated for an award though. I don't think Golden Globe.
Well, there's gotta be
could
somewhere.
Could have got a Golden Globe for best achievement in makeup or something. Deserved honorable mention back in.
So what's
96.
let's talk about the movies. What have you talked about so far in terms of the Best Picture nominees? You went through some of them. We talked about Selma last week.
Talked about Selma last
about
week. We talked
Selma.
about Imitation Game.
Imitation Game.
Yeah. Did we talk about American Sniper? That come up?
No.
I think didn't it? Okay, I thought we did. I think we talked about Birdman a little bit too.
Oh yeah,
We
definitely.
definitely
talked
talked about Birdman back when we did the Dumb and Dumber 2 thing. Like we
That was a while
kind of
ago.
went in depth.
Was that November?
That was November, yeah, like when it fresh came. Like, so we haven't talked about it since it got nominated or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we haven't talked about because the 3 I've watched in the last week were Boyhood, Theory of Everything, and Whiplash.
So I want to let's take it from B from Boyhood. What did you think of Boyhood?
Yeah, we'll talk about the movies and I'll talk about how I rank them.
Yeah, sure.
Boyhood it's a remarkable achievement.
Yeah.
Because you watch it and it starts out and you're like, oh, look at this. Like it's just, it's hard. Because it's not a period piece because it was shot in 2002 or 3. So it's like all the technology and stuff. That's not stuff they had to specially get for the movie. Because when you do, it's just what they had. Like they'll do a thing, it'll be on an old computer, and then it, keeps going, and he'll be playing a Game Boy Advance, and then they go to a baseball game, and Roger Clemens is pitching for the Astros. Like, and it's like, wow, how did they do that? It's like it's just what happened. it's just what they had. And by the time you get to the end of the movie, you're like, it is a trip because you're like, man, these kids were kids. They're 8. The main kid started out 6 and ended up 18. Now it's a good 12 years to choose for kids because if you do a movie called Manhood and do it from 65 to 77, not a whole lot's going to happen unless he dies at the end.
Also, the worst movie of all time.
Manhood. Eller Coltrane is the name of the kid. And well, he's a man now, but he's, you know, in the movie started out as a kid. Linklater's kid, Lorelei, is in there as well. She plays his sister, and
she wanted to drop out partway through the filming, and he's like, you can't.
You literally can't. Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll have to turn you invisible and have to explain that away. It's a whole to do.
So it's a remarkable achievement, but it is it's about 2 hours 45. So it's a long sit for.
Wow, it's a lot of Patricia Arquette.
It's actually not too much.
Okay.
It mostly focuses on the kid, and she's there. And anytime Ethan Hawke comes in, he really lights up the place, I thought.
He's a pretty underrated actor. I remember, like, not to bring this up, but he had a really good Studio Q interview, actually, with Jian Ghomeshi back before everything kind of S hit the F.
Yeah.
And so he's a really, really kind of talented guy. The Before Sunset and Sunrise movies are
which are Linklater also.
Yeah, exactly. And like with Boyhood, a lot of that's improvised because how could it not be?
Yep. Did you see it, Alex?
No.
No, you didn't see it. Okay. No, it's fine. No, I'm just
really
making sure.
Expertise.
I just don't want to fall into a trap. I think, what trap did I fall into? I don't know. I fall into that trap before on this show. We're like, this movie's, this. And you're like, yeah, I saw it and I hated it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just, I wanted to open up the discussion right away just in case. So, I think a lot of it ought to be improvised. I mean, what they did, because I heard Linklater on Maron's show, what they did was they kind of, wrote it, shot it, edited it, and then he had a year to kind of ruminate on it, and then write it, shoot it. So what they would do is they would get the actors together for rehearsal, and not for like improv rehearsal, not for like, let's sit here and see what you guys come up with. They just kind of worked the script that way. They all met up and they're like, okay, maybe the script can go this way or that way. And what I will say is, anytime Ethan Hawke shows up, it's brilliant. Unfortunately, a lot of the times when it's just the kids, sometimes the acting can be really inconsistent. There's kind of one scene in particular where there's just a bunch of teenagers hanging around and they're having kind of teenager conversations, and I thought some of the kids were like, okay. I think they were probably hired for a look, and not because they look good, but just because they look like regular kids. I mean, none of these kids really look like a movie star. Actually, none of the people really do either, except for maybe Ethan Hawke, who's like a poor man's Tom Cruise. So there was that, and then there was the fact that. Patricia Arquette, every guy she gets with in the movie, every new husband she gets, each one of them turns out to be an alcoholic. I'm like, there's that many alcoholics in Austin? Okay. Like there's one in particular that's pretty bad. But that aside, it is worth a watch. Like if you're in for a curiosity watch, I definitely check it out. And it had some odd early 2000s nostalgia too. Just because it feels like you're watching a movie from that era, because you are, and then it progresses. Oh, also what I liked about it too is just the way it's presented. It's not like, and then he grew up, and then he grew up again. Like he just kind of goes from scene to scene, and in one scene is this age, and the other scene is hair's longer and he's older. It just kind of goes. It just kind of has the flow to it. It's not like at the end he's like, back when I was 6, I thought I had the whole world figured out. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah, something like that.
Daniel Stern voices it over for some reason.
I was the old man in Christmas Story 2. It is his name, yeah. Daniel Stern.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, from Home Alone fame. So, Boyhood is good. I don't know. I'll talk about who I think it'll win later, but I'd put it in the same category as Avatar in that it's a remarkable achievement. Well, hear me out for a second. It's a remarkable achievement in film. But it won't be a Best Picture Oscar. It'll be a Best Golden Globe, which it was. It was best Picture Drama.
The Best Golden Globe goes to this one.
You know what I mean? Best Picture Drama in Golden Globe. So
yeah.
So I recommend checking it out. It's
nice. I definitely will, and I fully have intended on it. I've been really bad with movies. Like every time we talk about them on the cast, I'm like, have not seen it. Sorry.
Like I said, this year I really, really made a point of seeing everything I could.
Yeah, which is good. It's a good year.
It is good. I think it is a good year.
Yeah,
I really do. What else was I going to say about Boyhood? Oh yeah, no, I did have that feeling of like, yeah, it's kind of what it was like being a teenager. It's kind of like what it was like growing up in that age.
Yeah,
in that age, at that age. So maybe you feel a tinge of that, maybe you won't. And check it out. The other movie I saw was The Theory of Everything, the story of Stephen Hawking. and that movie was remarkable because it's heartbreaking. It's crushing. It really is crushing. It's crushing and yet triumphant at the same time. To see this man go from a seemingly able-bodied person who's a genius, who seemingly doesn't have to do any sort of work at all to get ahead in school, achieve these impossible tasks. He's just a genius, and then to see his body fall apart slowly, like he just deteriorates over the whole course of the film.
So brutal.
It is, but he's
especially when you know it's true, and you're just like,
wait, Alex, have you seen this?
I know.
No, that's okay.
But I just mean
movies you haven't seen.
No, I just mean ALS. That's all I'm talking about.
Of course.
ALS is awful and things like that. So he's beneficial in the fact that he was thought to not live, half as long as he had.
They gave him when he got his diagnosis. They gave him 2 years.
What would that have been?
That would have been in his 60s.
Yeah, it would have been.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like he's 70 something now, and he would have been in early 20s.
He's 72. We're probably 73 now.
That's crazy because he doesn't necessarily have great quality of life necessarily because he has ALS, but at the same time to actually live that long.
Good for all of us.
Yeah, of course, for sure.
His mind's there, and his sense of humor's there too.
Yeah,
you can really because he has done appearances on Big Bang and Futurama and all that stuff, and last week tonight with John Oliver, and you see it in the movie. He's like a kind of a cheeky sort of guy. Which you don't, you really think of. I do want to read his book, A Brief History of Time, but he gives a little speech at the end, which will bring it.
I mean, A Brief History of Time is very, very dense.
Yeah,
it's not about him at all. It's only about space-time continuum and the theory of it. So it's really like you read pages, like 2 of them, and you have to take a nap. And wonder what you did with your life that you have no idea how to understand any of it. But it's worth checking out. I mean, I've read like half of it, and you're like, wow, this is really interesting. But I'm not fully getting it.
Anyway, it's a remarkable film, heartbreaking, and yet I really do sound like a blurb at the bottom of the screen, heartbreaking and triumphant. But it is. It is.
Do you like how movie trailers now quote friggin' tweets?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. At Shane77 says,
best movie I've ever seen in my life.
Seen.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Think like a man 2.
Think of a man.
It's ridiculous, and yet
Joanna Man 3.
Don't we want to be on there?
Oh, I missed Joanna Man 2. I didn't see it.
I should have saw the tweets, man.
You missed the second Joanna Man. Yeah.
Next up on your Oscar list, Joanna Man 2.
Maybe I should. You okay there? Maybe I should check out Jupiter Ascending. And since nobody's saying anything nice about it, I'll tweet. Who do I tweet about it? I guess do I just send a tweet out to the world? Oh, I guess I'd have to hashtag it. I'll just be like,
was that not my
better than the Matrix?
Not my choice for bomb of the summer that didn't even come out in the summer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a perfect bomb.
Yeah, perfect bomb. Couldn't even release it, and it sucks.
And it did bomb against a sponge. That and Seven Sons. I haven't
seen that either.
They were both delayed.
Pardon me.
Bless you. It's not like there's a mute button on your microphone. So yes, check out Theory of Everything, and I'll talk about Eddie Redmayne when we get to the categories. But check it out.
Can I ask a really quick question, Will?
Yes, as long as it's really quick.
Are there any Best Picture movies that you saw that you didn't like at all?
Man. Come on, man.
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
Okay.
There wasn't. I enjoyed each one of them.
I was kind of hoping you'd be like, this one that I hated. Here it is.
No. I liked them all.
All right.
I mean, they're the top 8 pictures of the year. The other one I saw was a movie called Whiplash, which I wanted to see in theaters. I never got around to it, and I really should have, because that movie was awesome. If you're not into jazz, you're not into drumming, still check it out, because it's just that it hits, not to use a drum pun, but it hits really hard. And it's great. Just it's in its structure and its directing, and Miles Teller gives a great performance, and J.K. Simmons is awesome in it. And I don't know what to say about it if you haven't seen it, other than just check it out. Just check it out. Whiplash. It's awesome, and it's actually I think the lowest grossing Best Picture nominee in Oscar history. Yeah, so made no money, and it still got to be nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year. So
that's weird because A Serious Man was was nominated one year, and I think that movie made $11. So it's a good movie. It's a really good movie, but it's not a really good movie. It's a good movie, but it's just one of those nominees. You're like, now that we move to 10 or 8 or however many we choose to have in any given year, that's what you get. You get these lesser knowns, lesser grossing ones.
Yeah, but check out Whiplash. It's just. It contains shocking scenes that are shocking without being off-putting. Because often you're like, this movie, it's shocking. And you're like, okay, well, I don't want to be, grossed out or upset.
Right.
But this movie shocks, and it has a very satisfying conclusion. I'll say.
So, can I ask where it falls in terms of your drumming movies? Is it above or below Drumline?
Drumline I haven't seen with Nick Cannon.
The part at the end?
A little something on the end.
When they drum on the other guy's drums? Oh, that's cheeky. Speaking of cheeky, that's cheeky.
My buddy Christian, his, I think, fiance's brother or friend or somebody he knows that's their favorite movie is Drumline. Favorite movie of all time.
You know what? So I think I have a theory.
Were they in a Drumline? They must have been.
I have a theory that
I don't think anybody is.
I have a theory that every movie is somebody's favorite movie. I mean, there probably are a couple of movies that are like, there's no way that's somebody's favorite, but it's probably someone's favorite.
Okay, well, really, like, there's some movies that, like, barely anyone ever, like, no one's favorite movie is Master of Disguise.
Maybe for it, but
Alex, what, do you have something to admit here?
But like,
no.
But Matt, that's a kid's movie, so there is probably some kid that saw it and it's like, that's my favorite movie.
Like, maybe if the kid, like, watched the movie and then got hit by a car after.
His character name in the movie is Pistachio Disguisey. I just want everyone to know that. The friggin' guy's name is Pistachio Disguisey.
Yeah, but, it's for the kids. It's not for us. It's not for grown people, because we see that and we're like, that's so stupid. But
yeah, because then we're really grown people, because we're just going,
oh, grown.
Pistachio, what have you got yourself into again?
That's like layers of a groaner right there, Matt. You're talking about a groaner while making a groaner.
Hey.
So yeah, definitely check out Whiplash. The best drumming movie you'll probably ever see. It might make you simultaneously like and hate jazz and like and hate drumming at the same time. But it's sweet, man. And then another movie I saw.
Can I say something about Drumline too?
Yes, go say.
Drumline, not Drumline. Whiplash is that the first time I actually saw Miles Teller was in the not Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing? No, Footloose. The Footloose remake.
Yeah,
and I was like, I didn't watch it. My arm was twisted a bit to watch it, but
sure.
I was like,
by the way, Alex, I'm sorry I made you do that.
I made you watch Master of Disguise twice.
Yes,
so.
That's right. Yeah,
but yeah, you could just tell in that movie, like, he was going to kind of make Elite P seem like heads and shoulders above everybody in terms of acting skills. So you're just like, yeah, this is a stupid movie, but this guy's good. Kind of like when I saw Anna Kendrick in Twilight. You're like, I don't know why you're in this movie, but I think you are going places.
Yeah, Miles Teller.
You can see that type of I don't know what the word is. Potential. Thank you. So that's good.
Well, potential don't pay the rent, Maggle. No, he was in Project X, 21 and over. He's like a Divergent. Like he's like that kid. Like he's a good leading man.
He's also Divergent, but made fun of Divergent.
Yeah, he's also in Fantastic Four's remake. He's Mr. Fantastic. So he's
the remaking. Oh, more superhero remakes.
You didn't see the trailer? There's a trailer for it.
No,
a trailer for Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four movies were bad, and the characters are not that.
But what about that guy's name? I can't pronounce.
Eoin
Gruffeld.
From Titanic.
Not Chiwetel.
Home Fior?
No. Eoin Gruffeld.
Eoin Gruffeld.
Eoin.
He's
from
Welsh.
Forever.
Yeah, he's from Titanic.
Was he in Titanic?
He's just in going around trying to save people at the end, like after the ship sunk. He's in one of the lifeboats trying to.
There were too many lifeboats
until she whistles.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's the one that saves her.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's got a trailer out. So we'll get to. I guess we can get to the nominees. Do you want to get to for the nominees? Do you want to do that later or do that now?
Why don't you go ahead and you're going to rank them? I think was something you wanted to do.
Yeah. Well, first I want to talk about other categories, and we don't have to talk about all the other categories.
Good.
Costume design.
No, we'll just talk about the big ones. And actually, looking at, oh man, I really stunk when it came to the actress categories. Directing. Oh no, I didn't talk about this movie, Foxcatcher.
Yes.
Watch Foxcatcher, man. That movie was incredible.
Yeah.
I think that deserved to be up there. Did anybody else see it? Before I go into it.
I don't know. I'm brutal right now.
Okay, no, it's just the way you're setting me up. You're like,
I saw Heat.
You saw the Michael Mann movie?
The Michael Mann movie from 1995, if you want to talk about that.
Oh.
I got a couple copies of that. For some reason, I own 2 copies of the movie Heat.
Oh, okay.
Good movie, though.
One might be mine.
Oh, I think I gave one to you. Or did I?
No, I have it here. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah.
Foxcatcher is an incredible movie. 2 hours of a slow burn based on a true story. There are some elements.
Man, that's a lot of true stories this year. American Sniper, Imitation Game, Theory of Everything, Selma. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a 2 hour slow burn with brief explosions, and it's just heartbreaking. The whole thing. It's just a trip down a heartbreaking tube. I don't know how else to describe it. Bennett Miller, director of Capote and Moneyball, really
good movie.
Really stretches his hand here, and Steve Carell gives a remarkable performance. So does Channing and Mark, and Sienna Miller is in it too, which I thought was weird because I was watching. It's like, is that Sienna Miller? Because she's in American Sniper as well.
Oh, is she?
So she's in 2 of these flicks. She actually plays.
She's the Jessica Chastain of 2014.
Yeah, well, she plays the wife.
Man, no one can be the Jessica Chastain.
She plays the wife of 2 Academy Award nominees in 2 different movies. I think that was interesting.
Yes.
But Foxcatcher, if you don't know the story, maybe don't look up the story before you see the movie, and then read up on it. But the story is really heartbreaking.
It's something else, yeah.
It really is something else. And Steve Carell, John DuPont. Steve Carell is just he's just terrifying.
Yeah.
In his stillness, and you just like, even if you don't know what he's going to do, you have a feeling he's going to do it, and you're still surprised when he does.
Yeah, and I'll preface it by saying I haven't seen the movie, so you don't have to ask, but he wasn't even really looking for that role. Like when Will Ferrell did something like, what's it called?
Strange Fiction?
Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Fiction.
He kind of wanted to do something serious, and Steve Carell was just kind of like, Bennett Miller just wanted him in the movie. He's like, I don't think I can do that. Like, I don't know if that's a role I can do, but obviously he came into it very strongly. So, you only hear good things about his, whether you like the movie or not. I think his performance in it is really strong from what I've been told.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's one of those movies a lot of people probably it will write off as being boring. But
really?
But
okay.
I don't think it is at all. I think it is. I think it's
It
captivating.
might be slower.
Yeah, it's slow. It's paced. It's
okay.
That's
okay.
Which is okay. Yeah. So definitely check out that movie. And Bennett Miller got a Best Director nomination for that. And I'm not sure. Oh, here's one of the movies in Best Director, Nightcrawler. I didn't see, but I want to check it out. Or that's Best Writing.
Okay, I was gonna say
written 4 screens.
Who directed that?
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but directing.
I need to make more of an effort to see these movies because Nightcrawler is another one I want to see and didn't get to see. So
yeah, apparently I hear Gyllenhaal's awesome in that movie.
I've heard that too. That he actually should have been nominated over, like, say, Bradley Cooper or something like that. But I haven't seen American Sniper. But I have questions about American Sniper on a moral ground.
This is the thing. You talk about Oscar snubs, and you're like, okay, so there can only be so many people nominated in a certain category. Or so many things nominated depending on what the category is, right? So it's not like, well, this person got snubbed, they deserve to be in there. Well, tell me who deserves to come out then. If you think,
did.
Well, yeah, but you didn't see any of those movies. But yeah,
I just did.
I know. So directing, Best Director, we have Morton Tildum from Imitation Game, Wes Anderson, Grand Budapest, Bennett Miller, Foxcatcher, Inarritu from Birdman, and Linklater from Boyhood. That's a tough category, actually. I think I don't know. I think Miller would deserve it just because of what he was able to achieve in his movie. But of course, Linklater achieved something amazing, and so did Alejandro. He achieved something amazing in Birdman. And
so you know who my pick is. You know, I gotta go with my boy Inarritu.
Yeah,
because that's the only movie I saw, and it's also really well done.
Okay, so that's a tough call. But I'd say Miller. But I thought Imitation Game was really well directed. Also,
Stupid question: are the Oscars this weekend?
They're coming up this Sunday. Yes.
Okay.
So everybody, that's why we're doing our Oscar preview show, man. We're the one-stop shop for all your Oscar needs. Next, we'll go to actress.
Got time then.
You still got time. Actress in a supporting role. We have Patricia Arquette in Boyhood.
She won the Golden Globe.
Keira Knightley in Imitation Game. Emma Stone in Birdman. Meryl Streep for Into the Woods, who's been nominated 80 trillion times. And Laura Dern in Wild. And Wild's a movie I wanted to see. I didn't get around to seeing.
That category doesn't sound very good.
Wild?
No. The whole category doesn't sound very good. I said I don't really like Keira Knightley that much. I generally don't.
Imitation Game.
But
you've made your dislike of Keira Knightley. No,
it's a bias. But she was good in that movie. I think Emma Stone should have that one. My opinion. Actually, and Arquette's really good too. So I think it's
Arquette's gonna win. She won.
I think it's a 2-horse race in that. So she can have an Academy Award just in time for CSI Cyber. Next, we'll go to supporting actor, J.K. Simmons, Whiplash, Mark Ruffalo, Foxcatcher, Edward Norton, Birdman, Ethan Hawke, Boyhood, and Duvall in The Judge. Judge is a movie I wanted to see. Never got around to seeing.
I hear it's not good.
I heard it wasn't that great either.
Well, I'd watch it just for Duvall.
Interesting.
This is
I don't watch anything just for Robert Duvall ever.
If you want to watch a good Robert Duvall movie, watch Jack Reacher. He shows up in that, and it's like really weird.
Okay.
You're like, oh, he's still making movies, and he picked this one.
Spoiler alert on Jack Reacher. Interstellar wasn't nominated for much of anything, was it?
No. Sound stuff, I think, or production design
stuff and things.
That seems fitting.
I think sound stuff should go to Whiplash, in my opinion, but whatever.
Are we talking about mixing? Are we talking about effects? I mean, what's he gonna do?
I liked Ed Norton a lot in Birdman. I like Ethan Hawke a lot in Boyhood, and Mark Ruffalo is very understated in Foxcatcher. But it's got to go to Simmons. J.K. Simmons runs away with this one, in my opinion. He's amazing.
Miles Teller would be the lead actor in that movie, and he would be the.
And
he's
supporting, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's Miles Teller's story. Here comes lead actress, and these are I've only seen 2 of these actually. So Marianne Cotillard in 2 Days, One Night, Felicity Jones for Theory of Everything, Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl, Julianne Moore in Still Alice, and Reese Witherspoon in Wild. So I'm really not sure who takes this one, but I'm not sure if Felicity or Rosamund will take this. It's good to see him get nominated. It'll probably be Julianne or Reese. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of those movies to wager a guess. And then we come up to lead actor in a movie. Steve Carell, Foxcatcher, Cumberbatch in Imitation Game, Cooper in Sniper, Keaton in Birdman, and Redmayne in Theory of Everything. All these guys are remarkable. I would think it would be Keaton, but after seeing Theory of Everything, there's no way anyone is touching Eddie Redmayne for what he did.
I have a quick question about Eddie Redmayne.
Yes.
Was he in literally anything before this movie?
Yes, he was in Les Mis.
Oh, okay.
And
because I never heard of him, and I was like, oh, I guess that's a person who exists.
Les Mis, and he was also in Jupiter Ascending. So Jupiter Ascending would have come out before this, had it not been delayed till just now. But he's done a bunch. Looking at his IMDb, he's done a bunch of stuff.
He's in My Week with Marilyn. He's kind of the main actor in that. I think that would be one of his first lead roles.
Is he Marilyn?
No,
that's
but he's
remarkable.
Yeah, he's Michelle Williams as Marilyn Monroe.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like kind of a.
It's kind of a Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder kind of thing.
That's exactly what I was going to say, actually.
So, like I've said, none of these guys are going to touch Eddie Redmayne for what he did to physically embody Stephen Hawking and his slow deterioration. And he's incredible. And
now, his speech is compromised in that movie, but if I'm not mistaken, they don't subtitle it?
They don't subtitle anything. No,
okay.
They don't subtitle a single thing, but you can understand him.
Okay. Just, it's kind of like a Bane thing or something like that, where I think some people had issues understanding, but I don't think you would if you actually paid attention to it.
Yeah, that drives me crazy. Pay attention to the movie.
Yeah.
So he's got this by a long shot. So now we come to Best Motion Picture OTY, and I'm still not sure what the number one is. But I'll kind of start from the bottom and work my way up. I would say...
Started from the bottom, now we hit.
I would start with American Sniper. Good movie, but I probably would have put Foxcatcher in instead of it, but that's just me. I'm like really biased toward that movie right now. And American Sniper was good. And, no matter what side you sit on the... You brought up something more, Alex, earlier about... how you stand on it.
I guess moral is kind of, it's not immoral or anything like that. It's just like Antoine Fisher, where you're just like, yeah, this is a story about him that he wrote himself.
I was thinking of the Chappelle story version of it.
Exactly. Did I get that right? No. So I think of it that way. And then some people, they see it as propaganda. I won't get into that, but I heard it, and I know that would sway. I would go into it with that thought, and that would sway me big time. So you got to go in fresh, and I just know how my mind works.
Yeah, which is a good thing to know.
I'm not saying that's a fair accusation at the same time. I'm just saying what people have said, and I know that where I stand on wars as a whole, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely the most action. I wouldn't say action packed, but it has the most action of all the Best Picture nominations.
Yeah,
it's
packiest.
It's about a war sniper, right? So, of course. And then coming up the list, we'll go to Selma, which was...
Compared to a... what other type of sniper?
I guess...
you have your war snipers, you have your...
You got your war snipers, you got...
GoldenEye snipers, if they're up there.
Actually, I realized two of these Best Picture characters or Best Actor characters are both gun nuts. Bradley Cooper and Steve Carell. Anyway, coming at the list, we go to Selma, which was a great movie. And, it could win Best Picture, but I can't see that happening. Then we'll move to Grand Budapest Hotel, great Wes Anderson flick, but it came out too long ago for anybody to really remember it, I think. Next,
Did it come out in like February or something like that?
Yeah, it came out like this time last year.
I guess they weren't expecting it to be like a Best Picture nominee.
Yeah, but I always like that though, and it's like, you don't have to cram all your movies at the end of December. Yeah. They can come out, earlier in the year. So I do like that. Then coming up the list, we'll go to what do we go to next? We'll go to Boyhood. Boyhood will kind of sit in the middle there. A remarkable achievement, but I think too uneven to be considered the best picture of the year. If you're gonna have, 3 hours is a long time for a movie, and for Best Picture, I'd probably pick a more succinct 2 hours rather than a dense 3 hour movie. Moving up, we'll go to The Theory of Everything, and then we'll go to Imitation Game. I think Imitation Game is better than it by a hair, just by being a little bit more entertaining.
Interesting.
It's a more entertaining film, and then we'll go to it's between Whiplash and Birdman for me, and this is what I like to see. I'll say Whiplash, then I'll see Birdman for Best Picture, and that's what I felt when I saw Birdman. I wanted it to be Best Picture.
I don't feel like Whiplash has the pastiche or like even the kind of promotion behind it to win, though. But that's just my opinion.
That's true.
It is kind of political in that sense.
Yeah, it is political.
You kind of have to campaign for it. So, I don't know. I would love to see something like that win. I always love when smaller movies win, which, tends to be the case. But, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So, we'll see. Any of them could. This is, in the lower part of that list, I'd be very surprised if one of those would win. But, and this isn't necessarily what I think will win. This is just personally what I want to win. This is just personal preference. So I could be way off base here. But, it's interesting that a lot, I think 3 out of 5 of them ended with the thing being like, and then he died. And then one of them ended with, and he's still alive. And then you have a movie like, and this, I think Yeah, 2. Yeah, I think 3 of them just like end. It's just like, it's just over, which I like too. So there you go, guys. Academy Awards coming up this weekend, hosted by NPH. It's going to be a 26-hour show, and and buckle in. But at least this year, I'm much more prepared than I was last year.
The Oscars is the one I watch. Like, everyone watches the Oscars. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Of all award shows, of the Grammys, of BET Awards, of whatever, or even the Golden Globes. I feel like the Oscars, probably trump them all in terms of viewership.
Well, it does, because it's like the main event. Because here's the awards timeline. It starts with the Golden Globes in January. Then it goes to Critics' Choice, PGA, SAG, DGA, BAFTA, WGA, and then the Spirit Awards.
And the PGA.
PGA, so it's Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, Producers Guild, Screen Actors Guild, Directors Guild, BAFTA, Writers Guild, Spirit Award, and then Academy Awards. And Academy Awards obviously is the big one. So yeah, man, should be a good time. And,
nice. Yeah, I mean, they're always good to see, and the fact that you see them makes it way better. That you know kind of what you're rooting for, and makes your office's Oscar pool. I always like to take stabs. That's what you guys should do to make it a little more interesting. Not you guys, but anyone who's listening to this is just try and make guesses on who's going to win, and then you just get really upset when best short feature, best documentary when you get those wrong.
Yeah, those are guesses. Actually, best animated feature. I haven't seen any of them.
What is it?
Best animated feature.
No. What are the nominees? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I understand how my question was dumb. Big Hero 6 up there?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I hear good things about that.
Box Trolls, Hero 6, How to Train a Dragon 2, Song of the Sea, and The Tale of Princess Kaguya.
Nope.
Do you?
Nope.
Kaguya.
No.
The only one I saw was Lego Movie, and that wasn't even nominated. And that was a big, people were fetching that was a big snub.
I have a quick question.
Did that not
Yes,
come out last year?
as long as it's quick, Matt. As long as it's quick. Yes, it did come out last year, yes.
Best original song, Lego Movie, Everything is Awesome.
Yeah.
Did Lonely Island do that with them?
Tegan and Sarah and Lonely Island, yeah. They all did that together.
So does that mean there's a chance that Andy Samberg could win an Oscar?
I mean, it's just like, I don't know who...
You wanted to get that EGOT, don't you, Matt?
I wanted to get the most unlikely EGOT of all time. Andy Samberg.
Well, Brett from Flight of the Conchords won
For Muppets. Yeah.
For Muppets.
Yeah, I love that.
Muppet of a Man. Even though I like the song at the beginning better, but that's just me.
Well, he would have won for that, wouldn't he have? Because I think he helped write all of them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm just going by what song I like better in the movie, which was the first one.
I'm going to bring up a list of EGOT winners because Matt's very hung up on it.
I'm not very hung up on it. I just the idea.
Well, you brought it up for Paul too. List of people
for who?
Won for Paul McCartney.
Oh, can we talk about? Okay, we'll.
Anyway, so this, I'll look at the EGOTs, but this, this will wrap up the Academy Awards.
Does Paul McCartney have an Oscar? Have we talked about this?
We talked about him having.
He's got to only have a Grammy. Oh wait, did he win for that?
I don't know. I like that song.
Ooh, good guess, Alex.
He won Grammys, yeah. Actually,
I assume he won Grammys.
You think I give a damn about a Grammy?
Half you critics can't even stump me, let alone
stay me. But Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be weird? Why? So you guys can just lie to get me here, so you can sit me there next to Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. Better switch me chairs so I can sit next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst. That's what he wants to do, by the way.
So dated. Paul McCartney was nominated a couple times, never won.
Okay.
Barbra Streisand won one in 7 years. It took her 7 years to get it. She completed it in 1970. Liza Minnelli completed hers in 1990. Took her 25 years.
God. To win an Oscar?
Yeah. 72 for...
Burlesque. Not Burlesque.
Actually, wait a minute. Here's a list, including non-competitive or special. Oh,
What's
okay.
It called?
Wait.
Cabaret? What the hell what did she win for?
Winners of all 4 awards. Oh no, here's a much bigger list. Mel Brooks has one. Mel Brooks has an EGOT. Audrey Hepburn.
Sorry, just to be clear, everybody, an EGOT is if you win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Yes.
Does anyone have the KeyGOT?
What's
Paul
that?
McCartney would be going for? Knighthood, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
You gotta think Dame Judi Dench might
Tony, by the way, also the name of my automobile, and he's my best friend.
He's getting you through. He's my best friend.
Best friend in the
sad.
whole world.
That's really.
I'm gonna be H.
That's really depressing. Let's see. I don't know if Paul's even on, because here's this wiki article on it's actually very funny. We have it has a list of everybody who won and a list of everybody who won and has like an honorary award. Like Streisand, her 4th award is honorary. She got a special Tony Award. Liza Minnelli has a special Grammy Legend Award. James Earl Jones has an Academy Honorary Award. And
So these are all asterisked.
Yes.
Just like the Niners Super Bowls now.
Yeah.
Stick 'em, Pete!
Exactly. Yes. We have missing an Emmy. Yeah, I think.
We got to get off this topic.
I think we got.
We had about 6 other things we want to talk about.
I think we got to get off
We've
this
abandoned
topic, and Paul McCartney's not even close on any of those categories, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyway, I'm still still $1 million short of being a millionaire, still 4 awards short of having an EGOT. So. There you have it. But I did lose a video game challenge recently. This Friday coming up, Midnight Game Room. I'll tweet it out. But
Oh, right. You guys have that video coming out.
yeah, Mega Man's Soccer comes out. The video comes out this Friday, and I saw a preview. I saw a cut of it, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun. This is us playing video games. So if you're into that, then check it out. Okay, moving on. Matt, what did you want to get to?
It's a little less relevant than what Alex wanted to get to, which is Alex. You had some hip hop albums you wanted to talk about this week.
Oh, yeah. So
Drake? Is it
on
the Drake
Friday,
one?
Drake
Dr. Ake.
he pulled a Do Right and Kill Everything. He pulled a Beyonce by releasing. It's hard in the hip hop community because you don't know if it's an album, you don't know if it's a mixtape. But I'll call it an album. But yeah, I just kind of released it out of nowhere on Friday, which no one was expecting. So I haven't. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know it well enough. What I've heard is there's a bit more. I don't know. I don't like the slow Drake. I kind of like the stuff that's not even really released as singles, like Underground Kings, Will Be Fine. Say What's Real, stuff like that. So it's good. I'll give it a listen again, and you guys should definitely check it out if you get a chance, if you're into that sort of thing. He's not my favorite. What I'm really into right now is a band called Run the Jewels, which is LP and Killer Mike. And the oddest thing happened the other day when I was watching Late Night with Seth Meyers because Julian Edelman was on there, but he had a guest named Brian Koppelman, who is a screenwriter and has a fantastic...
The Moment, right?
The Moment on Greatland has a fantastic... It's a great podcast. He's done it with Bill Hader and stuff like that. But he also wrote... I'm trying to think off the top of my head what he wrote. Doesn't matter. Look him up on IMDb. But then he's like this kind of like, I don't know, 50-year-old, like super white guy. And he's like, best album last year was Run the Jewels. And Run the Jewels 2 is what it is. And you can get the full stream on YouTube, which I actually tweeted out a while ago. But check it out. It's actually insanely good. Insanely good. And yeah. So, I mean, you listen to Drake's album, then you listen to that album, and you're like, all right, well. You're not close, but
yeah.
And then Kendrick Lamar should have a new album coming out this year. Then on top of that, if you guys know me at all, and you were to say, "Hey, Paul McCartney and Kanye West teamed up. What do you think of that?" I mean, that for me is amazing. So I'm kind of excited to see what else comes from that.
You haven't heard that tune yet.
Only One's pretty good. The actual, and I really don't like Rihanna at all, but I actually kind of like 4 or 5 seconds.
I like that one actually too. Yeah.
After you sang her version.
Yeah,
of the
I mean
song
that's
last
from
week.
Run the Town though, so like I like her as
sure.
featured and stuff. But I mean, I really like. I'm trying to think what Rihanna songs I like.
Where I work, we have our playlist that plays all the bloody time. I think like 27 different 27 of those tracks are Rihanna tracks.
Side by side,
So you love her. You can't.
as the shadow crosses by, what it takes to come on. Sorry. Oh, and I by Kendrick Lamar. That's his first release off of whatever his new album's going to be, and that's going to be incredible. If you haven't listened to I by Kendrick Lamar, do it. It's a good morning song because it just gets your blood pumping. Even if you don't like rap, it's a really good song. So check it out.
Yeah, I don't typically reach for hip hop, but Well, definitely more of a metal guy, but
I don't know why that's the music I really get into for some reason. I can't even really explain why.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain, man.
It's
You like
weird.
what you like.
But I heard Run the Jewels, and that's one of those albums you hear. Like, first of all, it runs together very well. Like, you listen to the whole 40-minute album, and it just all flows very well. And it's super, super tight in terms of, like, the production and all that, and the lyrics and everything. So check it out.
It's cool, man. I think what throws me off about hip-hop and what I just prefer about music in general is I guess it's just the age-old complaint. We're like, well, they don't even play any instruments. They don't even write their own thing. It's just it's you just kind of make a beat in a computer, but that's like
Right.
It's like making digital effects in a movie. Like the computer doesn't make the effect; the artist does, and uses the computer as a tool. So the same thing in like hip hop, or even if you want to go to electronic music, the computer facilitates the artist to make the music. So actually, they are making their own music, just in a different way.
It's just hard to, like, Elton John's a great singer and a great piano player. He really doesn't write many of his songs, if any.
Yeah.
Right? What's his name? Bernie Taupin?
Doesn't he write the music and Toppin as the lyrics, though? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
well, okay. Well,
But
writing
still,
the music
I mean,
is huge.
That's a team up, yeah.
I'm just saying that there's the counter argument of, well, he doesn't even write his song, and they write the lyrics, but they don't write the music, but they put the music together. So, but like I've seen Kanye live, I've seen Jay-Z live, and they have huge bands backing them when they're live.
When they're live, yeah, and those guys all play the song. And
actually,
so
there's a lot of music, like full on, like horn section and string section and all that. Not section, but they had like a 16-piece band when I saw him with Justin Timberlake at Fenway Park. So I mean, it's good that he doesn't walk up on stage, hit a boombox, and just rap over it. I guess there's more production to it when you see it live.
That would be great, though.
What I will say too, and I don't want to make it sound like I don't think hip hop artists write their own stuff, because clearly they do. They are rapping about something very personal to them most often. I think it's typically pop stars that don't write their own songs. Like, I'm not sure what
Max Martin
Ariana
just writes all of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Ariana Grande is writing, but I'm sure it's not sure it's just checks for ponytail.
It's
ties,
also the only. I know what you mean.
that was bad.
That was really bad. It's the only genre of music you can just yell your name out anytime you want. Hove, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you doing? I'm surviving. No one else are going to do that.
Yeah, James
Country
Hetfield
music.
doesn't go.
Kenny Chesney with another one coming at you, folks. Like,
Kenny Chesney 2015.
Dave
Here
Grohl
it
doesn't yell
comes.
out before a Foo Fighters song. We back, baby! Foo Fighters are back! Dave! Oh, you know I did it. It's over and I feel fine.
Yeah, like James Hetfield never goes, James!
Yeah.
Shouts that out. But Trinidad James does. I'm wondering what's the connection between Trinidad James and the Mark Ronson song, Uptown Funk. Because it's a clear connection, because it's the same. It's the same structure. I know it's not going to be.
I don't even know Trinidad James.
Gold all on my chain. Don't believe me, Jib. Watch. Don't believe me, Jib. Look up the video, because it's hilarious, and the song's hilarious too. If you like hip hop, maybe check it out. Oh man,
I do like hip hop. Maybe
there's just a part in the video where he's just like Trinidad James standing there with all his gold and no shirt, and he's very gangsta. And he's just holding the smallest puppy I've ever seen in my entire life. It's worth checking out. And then watch that. And
as soon as we're done this podcast, I'm gonna put that on after I listen to Run the Jewels.
Watch that, and then listen to Uptown Funk, and you're like, okay, so obviously they had to have collaborated on it.
You don't need to tell us to listen to Uptown
Matt,
Funk.
you don't like.
'Cause it's everywhere. The song's
Matt,
everywhere.
you don't like rap at all, right?
That's not really. I wouldn't characterize myself that way at all. I don't like. It's not like genre music that I'm like, yeah, rap. But like, I appreciate a lot of different things.
You like when it's good, and
I like
you don't
Jay-Z.
like it when it's bad.
I like parts. I like some Drake. That sort of thing.
Childish
I like Kanye.
Gambino.
I like his acting. I haven't listened to a whole lot of his stuff outside of. And then Hoodie Alien that you listen to. He's
Hoodie. So in my automobile, in my best friend Tony, when you put on your iPhone, it actually puts the artist name and album and song title.
Pretty much
so
the
Matt was rolling in my caddy, and then it came up Hoodie Allen, but he read it as Hoodie Alien. He's like, who's this Hoodie Alien fellow?
Say good job.
If you like Hoodie Allen, check out G-Eazy, even though I don't really like G-Eazy as much. But check out, Will, I actually want you to listen to Run the Jewels 2 on, put it on YouTube and tell me, that won't get you a little hyped up.
Hey, man, I'm all about hype. Hype be sweet on to you. Don't buy shoes unless they're popular. That's from Trinidad James, actually. There you go.
Why do you? This is upsetting to me now.
This is a weird connection.
Check
Who
it out.
introduced you to Trinidad James?
My roommate.
Okay.
My roommate, and it's just I work with kids, so
I think
all the
him and
kids
I
know
would be pretty good friends. Looking at him,
all the kids. Yeah. Oh man,
there's the whole Browns thing.
If I was going to describe his look, it's a mix of. It's like if Von Miller and Wiz Khalifa had a kid.
Yeah. Then what? Yeah, what team would they cheer for then? Yeah, it's
black and yellow, or what are you doing here? Where you going?
Black and yellow or Denver Broncos? Black and yellow or
blue and the I don't even know what color you guys are really.
We're not going to talk about football for quite a long time, are we? On this, so
we might get to the draft.
We will get to.
That's what you get for watching.
Same other thing other 90 guys said. By the way, stand-up comedy recommendation of the week, and it's an older show that you might have already seen, but Louis C.K. at the Comedy Store.
Jerry Seinfeld, I'm telling you for the last time.
I downloaded it. I haven't watched it yet. That's so upsetting.
Oh my goodness, get to it, man. It's Louis, man. It's tremendous.
I love Louis C.K.
He's still hitting it out of the park.
He did a Drake. He did a Drake and Beyonce. I just got an email. It's like, here's my new thing. It's $5. I don't know. Do what you want with it.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's awesome. Ian Hanlon, friend of the show, he hooked me up with a copy because I think when you buy it for $5, you can
get a couple copies. So how much did you pay, Will? He gave it to you for how much?
For free. He's just like, if you have
free 99,
free girl, get a 2-pack corn stuff. Matt, you wanted to say something about
right, Lexus.
You wanted to say something of the recent Marvel Cinema.
I'm sorry, Matt. I kind of talked too long about.
No, that's fine.
We out of time.
We're out of time. I think we should touch on this.
My apologies to Matt Damon.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh, Lindsay.
So Sony did something with Marvel this week that I actually kind of a little bit expected, just because it makes sense. They made a deal with Marvel that hey, you can have Spider-Man in your Avengers movies and things like that, as long as we still get some money from it. And Marvel was like, okay.
So that's Sony that had the movie rights.
Sony had the movie rights,
okay.
And the reason they had to make more, the reason they remade it was because they're going to lose the movie rights. So this is ultimately a good thing, because otherwise it would be making Spider-Man movies and rebooting them forever, because they're like, well, we'd lose the rights.
Yeah.
So now they're going to throw it. They throw it over to Marvel, who kicked around their whole release schedule. They are once again rebooting it. I think Logan Lerman was was rumored for possibly being Spider-Man in the future. But we feel like we might see.
That's a good casting choice. Logan Lerman is a strong actor. I would like Donald Glover to.
That would be great,
or something like that. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the name you just said?
Sorry, Donald Glover.
I know Logan Lerman.
No, I don't know. I know you know who it is.
I know you know. And I know you know. I know you know. But I just want to say, no, you know. Oh, this kid, yeah, okay.
Lightning Thief, right? And he's in
PJ
being a Wallflower, which is a great movie, and Fury.
I did like him. Yeah, Perks.
310 to Yuma. That's a cool movie.
Perks was really good. Perks was really good.
310 to Yuma. Oh, he's also in. It was D'Artagnan in the Three Musketeers movie with Orlando Bloom as a bad guy.
D'Artagnan. That's the name of Katherine Heigl's cat in.
Dude, careful what you say next.
That Gerard Butler movie.
When it was Friday the 13th, just this past Friday, IMDb. No, sorry, it's Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, here's some 13 movies that got 13% in the Rotten Tomatoes score on the Tomato Meter, nice. And 2 of them were Jerry Butler romantic comedies.
Jerry? Are we calling him Jerry now?
That's what Craig Ferguson calls him.
We're using Diddy. Amongst now.
Interesting thing that Ian Hanlon, from the show, pointed out. He was reading the back of my copy of the Metallica movie, Through the Never, which has Dane DeHaan in it. And Dane DeHaan was in Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And it says...
Dane DeHaan wasn't in 1.
Sorry. Yeah, no, it just said 2 on the back.
2. Sorry. Yeah.
But this is what it said. It said, featuring Dane DeHaan from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and 3. So they jumped the gun a little bit there.
A little bit.
Like a lot of bit. For a lot of reasons. Because doesn't he, spoiler, doesn't he die in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Wow.
Dane DeHaan?
Yeah, pretty sure Hobby... Hobby makes it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he survives. He's seen in the after credit sequence.
Okay, I forgot. Yeah, and he talks to the... Okay, whatever. I forgot most of that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Wow, this is a good show. This was way better than last week, guys. I gotta say.
All
because of me.
I'm glad that you brought that up, Matt, or at least explained it. Because all I heard was, someone goes, "Oh, they're rebooting Spider-Man." You're like, why are they rebooting Spider-Man again? But the movie rights makes sense, I guess, or it doesn't make sense from it. Like, no one cares what studio has the rights to it if you're really involved in it. All you know is another one's coming out. But that's huge for...
You got to know how the studio thing works out, right?
Yeah, because wasn't Spider-Man supposed to show up... They wanted him in the Avengers?
Yeah. I think he's associated with the Avengers generally, like in the comics and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Ian
what's that
summed it up.
James movie or song?
It's it's like it's just typing
all gold everything.
Like all gold everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing that came up. Sorry.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Disappointed.
No, Ian summed it up nicely. He's like, Spider-Man for Marvel is kind of like a combination of Superman and Batman. Like, not in those in terms of power, but in terms of clout and importance to Marvel. Like, he's the guy. Right. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal for it's a bloody big deal for Marvel, and I think it's cool. And I think Hugh Jackman in the interview was kind of like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Be nice if Wolverine could get in on that." So we'll see. We'll have to see how long Hugh can play Wolverine for.
You got to think that if they just go to 20th Century Fox and say, "Hey, you can have some of the profits. Let's do this together," they would say yes, right? Like, it's not. Let's work together.
Yeah, I think those meetings have already happened. You just got to get Stan Lee to kind of hold his hat in his hand and shuffle his feet a little bit and be like, "I was hoping the Wolverine could be with Spider-Man in this movie."
Pretty good Stan Lee.
The Avengers. Yeah, it's not bad.
Don't be so humble, Will. That's a solid.
Well, the Stan Lee story comes out soon, I think. It's called... what would the Stan Lee story be called? I don't know.
I didn't know he didn't really come up. Like, most of his stuff
Most
came
Marvelous
up.
Man.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a good one. I didn't know, like, a lot of his creative, when he made X-Men and stuff like that, he's kind of in his 40s at that point.
He
wasn't kind of in his 40s. He was in his 40s when, like, during his golden phase, I guess, of kind of creating those things. Superheroes, you idiot! Thanks, guys. Wow,
you can't really kind of be in your 40s, can you? It's like,
that's why I changed what I said to in his 40s.
Alex, you're really off base this week.
Hands.
You didn't see any of these movies. You didn't see Trinidad James video. You don't know that somebody has to be in their 40s or not. You don't know.
You don't know Run the Jewels.
Superheroes.
You didn't
That's
see
true.
UFC 183. You didn't watch Anderson Silva piss in a cup and test positive. I've done all these things.
Judas Crunch.
You didn't watch Jeannie lose the semifinals at the Australian Open. That was very disappointing. She got crushed.
Oh, against Serena?
That was old, though. No, against Maria Sharapova. Come on, bro. Keep up with your Jeannie.
Who's followed on Twitter by The Rock. I think I mentioned that last week.
I like her. The Rock doesn't follow anybody on Twitter.
He follows, or maybe it's on Instagram. He follows some people. Rock's Instagram, I remember,
he on Twitter is... and Louis C.K., by the way, anybody looking for Louis C.K. on Twitter, he's officially no longer on Twitter.
Really?
I figured. He wasn't really much
tweets
for
as him, it's not him.
He seems to be the kind of guy to be like, I don't know what to do with this thing. It's stupid.
Yeah. His emails are funny, though, when he emails about like the Comedy Store and stuff like that, or when he was hosting SNL, it's always, Louis. It's everything he does is hilarious.
I like the guy.
Including Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Watch it and literally cry laughing from the story about getting his boat stuck.
The little cartoon they make.
It's the funniest thing.
It's tremendous. I love it. All right, you can find me on...
it's raining now.
So Louis not on Twitter, but guess who is, guys? Look at that
Ryan Gosling. I didn't know Ryan Gosling was on Twitter. Did you know this?
Really?
Oh, okay.
Verified. Unlike Ryan
Reynolds
Johnson?
Nope, not true. Ryan Johnson got verified last weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a huge blow.
Huge blow. He tweeted out, he's like, I just
Unreal got verified. That was weird.
He's hilarious on Instagram, on Twitter. Ryan Johnson.
Who? Ryan Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh, the thing he wrote. Oh, just had a Wikipedia whether or not lightsaber was one word or two. So you're in good hands. So you're like, oh my, that's awesome.
It's like that's good. You can admit that.
He directed a lot of Breaking Bad too. Like he's very. I mean, obviously, if he's doing Star Wars 8 and 9, but I mean, very talented guy.
Yeah, I like him. Like him a lot, but yeah, he's on Twitter. I'm on Twitter too at William C. Vaughn, and I'll be tweeting out the links to the Midnight Game Room show and various other things throughout the week. I've been pretty kind of Twitter quiet recently, but you know, it's just sometimes
Me too.
Is what it is. Was what it was. No, Alex, you've been going off.
Yep, that's why I said it sarcastically.
And Alex, when he goes off at Evonics. And how do you spell it, Alex?
Off, EVAUGHANICS. I tweeted out the full stream of the Run the Jewels, if you want to check that out. And, I'll be RTing Will's tease about the MGS.
MGR,
sorry.
Not Metal Gear.
Was it
Metal Gear Solid, Midnight Game Room.
Midnight Game Room, sorry. I was Midnight Game Show.
It's a fun, and he plugs our podcast at the end, which is really cool of him.
Marty, looking out.
Marty's looking out. Looking up. Yeah, if you like old video games, definitely check it out. He does a lot of entertaining stuff. Matt,
I can tell you what
Twitter.
his address isn't, by the way. I can tell you that.
Don't say it again, Alex. Somebody won't find him. Matt, you're on Twitter at what?
MP Vaughn, the letters, and the last name.
EMPEVON. MP Vaughn.
Yeah, that's so cute.
There you go, guys. Tweet us about the Oscars, your picks, your preferences. Mark Haverstock, tell us what you think of what movie did he hate? Of Cabin in the Woods. Yeah,
Spidell hated it too, though.
Which I'm sure we'll talk about Cabin in the Woods next week, maybe, because there seems to be something.
Yeah, I'll watch it again. I watched it 100 times.
Oh, we didn't even get to the son of a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's too late, but we have some for next week.
We're not doing it now. We're not doing it now.
Always, we'll do it live. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. You guys are great. We have great
glad
great
the
audience.
sound worked this week. That's great. That's so nice.
Yeah, you guys, it's a lot nicer. Yeah, I sounded really good. I sounded awesome. I was really good this week, so won't break my... pat myself on the back, might break my spine. There you go. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, Green Day. We'll talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame next week, too.
Yeah.
Peace.
2009.